Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. If this is your first time visiting me, I would like to thank you. While you're here, please like, subscribe, and share this channel. By taking this action, you will be helping the channel to grow. Also, take a moment to read my About page so that you can have some understanding about who I am. I will never copy another person's work, nor will I ever copy another person's title. That is because I am authentically me. This work is a part of my bloodline. I thank you for visiting, and I hope that you will return. Please check out my other videos. All are welcome to share his or her story in the comment section below, because your story may be a helpmate to someone else. My channel is a no judgment zone place for healing in some sort of way. If my video does not resonate with you, please do not try to make it fit your circumstances at all. For anyone else and everyone else that the message does make sense to, take from it what will help you on your journey towards your happiness in every area of your life. Once again, I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. This channel is all about healing, so let's begin healing together. First and foremost, I would like to say that this is a Taurus reading. And with this being a Taurus reading, cross watchers, you're most definitely welcome here. Cross watchers, either they have Taurus somewhere in their chart, they have placements, or cross watchers are nosy people and they want to find out some information about a particular person, and they're hoping to hear about that person from that reading with that sign. For my daughter, thank you for being here. I see that you just logged on. My daughter is my moderator. She is Alberta Butterfly. I won't be having her too much longer because schoolwork is approaching, studying, writing reports, you name it. She has to be over there doing that. I also have my husband in the background. He is one of my moderators. It's not so often that he's going to speak to anybody, but he's always watching in the background, so I thank him for being here as well. My daughter is Alberta Butterfly. My daughter is a psychic and also a medium as well. When I don't get to see your messages, my daughter, she sees them. She may answer your questions and she may not. I don't have the type of platform to whereas other platforms are doing. You ask a question and somebody throws out a frivolous answer. I'm not going to do anybody like that. I work off energy. And with me working off energy, I like to connect with the person one-to-one. I do personal readings on my personal website. You can book with me. I do mediumship readings to whereas I connect with a crossed over loved one. I do psychic readings to whereas you are opening the gate, allowing me to connect with your energy, and I'm just going to tell you what's going on in your life and around you. And a little more, right? I also do personal tarot readings on my website as well. Here, I do tarot. A lot of people, they jump in and they ask me questions like, am I getting back with John? Am I going to get back with Brenda? Does Billy want me? I don't answer those questions at all. Let me explain why. Because I work off energy. So I need to be connected to you. Anytime that I do a reading for anyone, I always tell everyone to read my bio. Make sure that you want to deal with a person like me. Make sure that I'm for you, because before I accept your booking, I'm going to make sure that I mess with a person like you. We need to be connected for me to do that reading. True story. So I'm not going to be like what you see here, to whereas people come online and they are asking 1,000 questions like I can give you an honest answer. I will never do that to anyone. There are some people that are skilled to do that, and there are many who are just blurting out answers just to get $1 from you. I don't want money like that. All money isn't good money. And so those people who play, they will be paying for that in the end, because you're not supposed to do that to people. I'm never going to promise anyone anything, answer anything when it's not true. So if you're asking me questions, I need to connect to your energy. Every once in a while, when I'm sitting here, and if I grab a hold to someone's name, if I grab a hold to someone's picture when it is your picture and you don't have a picture of your mom or your dad or your children or boyfriend, if you have your picture, every once in a while, spirit may tell me, say something to that person, which I will do. And I'm going to give you what I receive. But other than that, my daughter's in the background. Her name is Alberta Butterfly. Just be mindful. You know how they say in the streets, be careful with her? That's what I'm asking. Just be careful with her. Because I've had people, they get mad when it's not me answering their questions. And they're like, hey, I didn't ask you. Be careful. Because I don't just do this for a living. I'm a root worker. True story. And to whereas people are just getting into it, this has been my whole life. I come from a long line. My aunt in the state of North Carolina was one of the top root workers. Those gifts have trickled down to me. Recently, I told many of you in my family, there were, out of the first set of generation, there were 3 of us. There were 2 in North Carolina and me. 1 has recently crossed over just a couple of months ago. So now there's 2. It's me and a male cousin of mine. We have my daughter in the background. She's a different generation. She's the next generation. Many of you may know who she is. Many of you may not. But a lot of your top readers with large followings, my daughter has aided them and taught them the art of and how to read cards. She's made a lot of people famous until I told her, pump the brakes. Because people, they want to gain knowledge from you, but they don't give the credit of where it comes from. So I'm that type of person. I'm petty like that. Like if I teach you a recipe, don't lie and say you cooked this. You better say that, oh, I got that from her. Give me my accolades. I'm just that person. But tonight we're doing a Taurus reading. So what I like to do for the new people, and thank you for following me. I did see that. Thank you so much. I'm going to point the camera on my desk. Anytime that I shuffle cards, I want you to see me shuffle the cards. I want you to see the cards come out, and I want you to place them on the desk. I don't understand how people do readings and they don't show you shuffling. They don't show you the cards falling out and they're like, hey, this card and it says this. How do you know? We need to be equal all the way around. So I'm going to give you what I know how to do. Like I said, I do personal readings. You can book with me. You can book with my daughter. My daughter is on my website too. She is Alberta Butterfly. She does personal readings. I do personal readings. I wear glasses, guys. So these are bifocals. Let me show you. Look, can y'all see the medicine inside? So I wear bifocals to make the words bigger. You know what I mean? So that I can see a little better. That comes with age, right? I'm 52. I just had a birthday in July, so I'm 52, right? And I'm excited. I'm happy to get 52 more years in, you know? That's with me doing the right thing. And so in the spiritual world, I'm always going to do the right thing because as gifts are given, they can be taken away. And I need mine because I'm nosy like that, let me tell you. But we're going to get to the Taurus reading. I hope everyone is doing well. I really do. I hope everyone is doing well. You know, let's speak about Taurus. They're the bull, right? They're strong. Let me just say that first and foremost. Taurus are very creative people. They're grounded. Most of them are kind-hearted. Most of them are patient. Taurus people are very practical, whether you knew that or not, but they're sensual. Sensual in a seductive way, sexually, whether they're male or female. But Taurus people are very predictable. Thank you so much. You know what? You like that sensual part, didn't you? Right? Because you're like, I'm good in bed. But that's what Taurus people are. They're good in bed. They're very sensual. They know how to seduce, male or female. But they're predictable. People understand your moves because you like routine. It's like, let me just say, listen, if you go to the same store every day and you're wondering how your ops know where you are, it's because you go to the same store every day around the same time. You can't move like that. Switch up your routine. But it's hard for a Taurus to switch up their routine because they don't like change. So you're very predictable. It's not that somebody told where you're at. You're not realizing you're doing the same shit every day. And it's hard for you to switch it up. And I understand that. But that's why people feel like you are predictable. You know, you are security orientated as well. You like security. You like to be comfortable. You like to be around people who you feel like you can trust. However, you're stubborn. You thought I wasn't going to say that, but I am, because Taurus people are very stubborn, and most of them for a reason, because they don't like to be told what to do. Now, did you think that I would forget to mention how stubborn all of you are? Because anybody that comes to my readings, you understand that I always say that none of us are the same. We may be similar, but we're not the same. The one thing that Taurus people have in common is that they are all stubborn. None of them wants to be told what to do, how to do, or when to do. You know, they are the bull after all. An animal known for its strength, its stamina, and their grounded presence. The bull is content being on her or his own. So please believe me, it will become agitated if bothered by sudden movement or change. Taurus, you are the symbol of wealth. You are the symbol of fertility. Remember that. When people think about fertility, they think about the very first thing is having babies. But fertility means that you can create and that you can produce and you can make things happen in a beautiful way. So you have the strength of being creative. So whatever it is that you desire to have for yourself, will it in, bring it in, manifest that shit. Because you are the particular earth sign that can do that. You know, you are ruled by Venus, and that's the brightest planet in our solar system. Venus was and still is to me the Roman goddess of beauty and love, and she represents sexuality. She represents pleasure. And let's not forget, once again, fertility, as I mentioned a few moments ago. Taurus, you are an earth element. And this embodies grounded energy of being creative, just like your cousin, the Capricorn, and also your cousin, the Virgo. You also embody resistance, hint, hint, your stubbornness, and practicality. You know, your modality is fixed, which adores the planning and building phase of creative projects. You love to create. Do that. You know, a lot of you are scared to show who you are. And I know you're like, not me. Listen, if you're saying not me, then you're lying. A lot of you don't want to show people how hard you work, and you're scared to allow your talents to be shown. That's one of the problems that Taurus has. But you are a reliable person, and too much change can throw you off your A game. You don't like to change. So if there is someone here that's a cross watcher and you're trying to find out information about Taurus, you can't make them do anything. You can't threaten them. You can't give them an ultimatum. That's not how they work. And if you keep trying to push them to make them do what you want them to do, they're going to walk away and they're going to move on to something and someone else. Because when they are pushed to change, you throw them off their A game, and no bull wants to be knocked off their spot. So when a Taurus, when you get sick, when it comes to health, it takes you a little longer than the average person to bounce back, meaning to fully recuperate, as you need time to rebuild your momentum and to regain your grounding, because, you know, winter is approaching. So make sure you take care of yourself, because it takes you a little longer than the average sign to bounce back. Did you know that we call you the gourmet of the zodiac? You are the cooks. And people who love to cook, you do a great job. People love when it's your turn to cook, right? You love food, but be careful. Because as you get older, maintaining an ideal weight can and will be a challenge for you. So be careful with how you indulge, because Taurus people, they love to eat. Not only do they love to cook, they love to eat. So focus on your health in the areas of your throat, which helps you to voice your truth. The neck and cervical spine, which allows you to hold your head high. The inner ear, this is where you experience sound and a sense of equilibrium. Your thyroid gland, which regulates your metabolism. So support your thyroid health, Taurus. Instead of using any type of sugar, refined sugars, use honey. That'll work best for you in the long run when it comes to your thyroid. Now, aromatherapy massage is perfect for the sensual orientated Taurus, as it indulges two of your senses, touch and smell. Sound therapy is another. You experience the world around you through sound and feeling the vibrations all around you you enjoy. So that may be something to help you with unwinding, Taurus. You know, how can I say that you have a great business sense about you, right? You really do. But when it comes to love relationships, let's talk about it. Your senses. You're fun, loving, and you are very lively. You have a zest for life. You can be difficult and demanding, but you are also very loyal. So let's go back to a cross watcher who's involved with a Taurus. Don't push them too much. Don't try to change them to be what you want them to be. Allow them to be who they are, because you will get that resistance. You will get that pushback, and that pushback may be something that you're not ready for. And that's the Taurus walking the way. Even though they love to do things, they love loyalty, they want comfort, they want stability, but they have no problem with walking away, even though they don't like change. But this Taurus has a zest for life. You can be difficult and demanding, Taurus, but you're also very loyal and caring. you know, you have this need for freedom and you have a need for independence. That makes you less clingy than most other Taurus people. I'm speaking to someone specific because there's specifically a Taurus that's not clingy. You know, a lot of Taurus people are clingy because they don't like change. Some of them stay in relationships longer than they should. But this Taurus that I'm speaking about is very reliable. They're a very reliable person, and too much change can throw them off of their A game. But at the same token, this Taurus that I'm speaking about, this is not a clingy Taurus, because there are quite a few Taurus people who are clingy and a little bit too clingy because you are scared of change. You may stay with the person that you know that you shouldn't be with for too long because you don't want to meet someone new. You don't want to get to know someone new. So you'll stay in some of you, a volatile situation, whether it's verbal or physical. Or some of you will stay with a person that you're not even interested anymore because you don't want to let go. But this Taurus that I'm speaking about, I'm speaking specifically about a Taurus that's not clingy. So if that's you, who's not that clingy individual, this is going to be for you. I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing this Taurus reading. Last night, I was like, what reading am I going to do? So I was like, I'm going to do Taurus. I haven't visited you guys in quite some time, but it's time to rock with you guys. You know, I completed my water signs, Cancers, Pisces, Scorpios. I completed all of those, and I pulled out some decks that I haven't used in quite some time. But we're going to kick this reading off and see what's going on in your life, male or female. If this reading is for a male, I will say so. If this reading is for a female, I will say so as well. If I don't say anything, understand that we all have masculine and we all have feminine energies, right? You know where you stand in your energies. We all have masculine and feminine energies. Tarot is like a cherub. That's the way that I love to describe tarot. It's like a cherub. When you see a cherub, most of them are depicted with not having a sex. So when you look at a cherub, you look at them and you either say they're beautiful, they're gorgeous, or they're handsome. Look at tarot the same way. No sex. When I do my readings, you don't have to take a piece from here and you don't have to take a piece from there to make it fit your circumstances at all. If the reading is for you, it'll be for you from the beginning of the reading to the end of the reading. No ifs, ands, buts about it. If it's for you, it will be for you from the beginning to the end. If you feel like when I begin the reading that it's not for you, it will not hurt my feelings if you click off. I would never listen to something that I don't like and it doesn't make sense to me. It's like listening to the radio. A song comes on. As you start listening to it, you don't like it. What do? You change the station, right? Often when I'm in the car with my daughter and we have a rule. When she's driving, she gets to pick the music because she's the driver. The driver has to be comfortable. If I'm driving, I get to pick the music because I need to be comfortable. With that being said, sometimes the rules don't apply because I'm still the mom at the end of the day. And if I'm hearing music that I don't like that she does, I'm like, can you please switch it to the next song? And she's like, Ma, you're breaking the rules. Guess what, parents? We're like that. We break the rules. But if the reading doesn't pertain to you, please don't listen to it. I would never listen to something that I don't understand. If it's for you, you will know. If it's for you, it'll be for you from the beginning of the reading till the end of the reading. As my grandmother would say, from the rooter to the tutor. Before I came here, I cleansed my space already. We're reading Listen, we're going to ring my bell. Those who are unfamiliar, that bell is actually my mother's. That bell was handed down to her from my great aunt. My mother was a reader. My mother was a root worker as well. So in my family, this bell has been in our family for generations. Every time one passes, the next person is supposed to get it. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted this bell so bad. And I used to ask my mother, would I ever get that bell? And she would say, when I'm gone. And I said, I don't want it then. I swear, true story. And the day that my mother closed her eyes, I rushed straight to her house. And that was the first thing I grabbed, was that bell. That bell helps me in a lot of my readings. I especially use that bell when I do my personal readings. I always tell people I'm like a DNA. I'm 99.9% accurate. And that's because I have help from my spiritual team. I receive messages and I deliver them. I'm just the vessel. I deliver messages. Let's get to this Taurus reading. I hope everyone is doing well. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Taurus. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. One card. One card. Every time I call a number, I get more than I ask for sometimes, right? But I got one card. We have loving community. Loving community. You know, you are interconnected with everyone around you. I'm speaking to a Taurus specifically. You are connected to people around you. People gravitate to you, whether to listen to your advice, because one thing that we know about Taurus people is that they are great leaders. Even when it comes to career, you are a great leader. You like for things to be done your way. And a lot of people may not gravitate to it, but you have this gift to gab. You have this gift to persuade, to make people see your way as the way, the ultimate way and the only way. But we have loving community. There are people around you who support you, who truly, truly love you. And I don't use that word often. Anybody that follows me knows that. But I have to give it to you the way that I see it. You have a lot of people that surround you, and you have a lot of people who support you, and they truly do love you. At the bottom of the deck, we have sweet life. We have sweet life. Enjoy, delight, and pleasure. Now, we could be talking about what I just discussed when it comes to Taurus people. You are great chefs. Most of you can cook very well. And a lot of people, they can't wait until it's your turn to cook for a family gathering. They can't wait to come to your house for a holiday. Most of you are great cooks. And on the zodiac wheel, we look at you as being one of the top chefs. But the sweet life can be bittersweet because you're ruled by the throat, Taurus. So the throat is ruled by the thyroid as well. So pay attention to your thyroid. In your younger life, let's just say in your 20s, your thyroid numbers can go up and go down, right? Because you love to taste and you love to go to different places to eat. But as you get older and you move from your 30s, your doctor may say to you, your levels are a little high or your levels are a little low. We're going to keep an eye on it. Now you're later on in your 30s. We want to recheck you. The thyroid. Get away from refined sugars. You should stay away from refined sugars, because not only does Taurus people in your older age have a problem with weight, and I'm not knocking anyone. You see me, I'm a thick chick, right? But you have a problem with taking the weight off. So as you enter into your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your weight is going to go up and down. But to keep it balanced, stay away from the refined sugars and switch it over and start using honey. Honey. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical intuitive, although I can, but I don't like to because it's too tedious to do, right? It's too tedious to do. This reading is for the sign of Taurus. This reading is for the sign of Taurus. I'm moving along as quickly as I can. I know my readings are long, but I like to give as much information as I possibly can to everyone. And the reason why I do that, I don't have a Patreon channel. So I'm not going to give you 30 minutes of a reading and tell you to meet me on another channel so you can pay for a reading. I'm going to give you what I came to give you for the reading that we're doing right now. I do personal readings. Personal. That you can book a reading with me. But on these platforms, whether it be Instagram, whether it be TikTok, whether it be YouTube, there's no reason for you to listen to half of a video and then follow me on another page for you to pay for the remainder. My videos are long because I'm going to give you all the information that I receive for the reading right here, right now. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Taurus. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Spirit guides, what message do you have for Taurus at this present time? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ooh. This is going to be a 9-card spread, hopefully. Anyone that follows me, you know that one of my numbers are number 9. And I love a number 9. I don't do reversals at all in a reading. And that's because they're not personal readings on these platforms. If I was doing a reading on my personal platform, and if you picked a tarot reading, if a card came out in reverse, then guess what? I would definitely take it. Today, I'm going to take the reversal that I have. We have a bonus card. I'm going to take the reversal. We're starting off with the number 11, which is the whip. Taurus, the number 11 may be significant in some way to you, but this is the whip. There's a Taurus here. You feel like you keep doing the same shit, but on a different day. You feel like your life is repetitive. Although I may sound like I'm contradicting myself when I said to you that a Taurus person doesn't like change, but we have a Taurus right here today who desires to have change in their life. They want to do something new. They want to do something fun. They want to do something exciting. Even if they're with a significant other, they want to have a little more fun. They want to have a little more spark within the relationship. There is a Taurus here who is getting bored in the relationship that they're in. And if you are single, you're bored of being single. But this is pain. Because if you're in a relationship, I feel like you've tried to speak to your person about getting out, having a little fun. Let's do something. Let's go out dancing. Let's go for a walk. Let's do a little more. And a lot of times when we try to speak to a person, they may not understand how great the need is. You are ruled by the throat. And with you being ruled by the throat, you need to speak up all the way. I feel like you're giving someone just a short of how you're feeling. So the reason why is that you're not speaking up fully is because you don't want conflict. Yes, you said same shit up until recently. I'm glad things have changed for you. But, and this may provoke you to anger, Taurus, with your person being a little boring because you feel like your person is boring. And if you're single, there's a person that I'm speaking to that's single. Your past partner, you're thinking about a redo. You're like, maybe I should revisit that. But I feel like if I'm speaking to a Taurus that's in a relationship, there's a lot of tensions between the two of you. Unnecessary fights. Because no fights are necessary. I believe that wholeheartedly. No fights are necessary. Even if someone cheated on you, it's not a necessary fight. It's either you're going to stay or you're going to go, plain and simple. You don't have to fight about it. You could go, walk away and yell and scream and be like, I can't believe that bitch cheated on me, male or female. However, fights are so unnecessary. I feel like they're a waste of time because all fights, when you decide to stay, lead to a road of makeup sex. Because Taurus, you are very seductive. You know how to calm a situation down with you being so sensual. But there may be someone here that enjoys withholding sex as a form of punishment. But, let's speak about it. The number 11 is a message from your angels concerning your soul mission or greater life's purpose. The master number 11, this is your angel sending you inspiration, Taurus, and encouragement to develop your abilities in ways that will help everyone around you. As we saw the first card, the community. There are so many people who are around you and they support you. But as I said earlier, you are a natural born leader. Angel number 11 symbolizes the principles of spiritual enlightenment and also awakening. And it is a reminder from your angels that you have come to this physical realm of spirit. So if the angel number 1 is about leadership, optimism, and positivity, and you taking the initiative, then master number 11 multiplies these attributes to a higher power. So the number 11 represents a transmutation of your personal power to a higher, more spiritual level. This is different. A lot of Taurus people don't like change. You're comfortable with the way things are. The situation that we have going on is someone feels like cracking the whip. You're cracking the whip on yourself because now you desire change. You want to get up. You want to do things. You want excitement. You want fun. But your person is like, we have been good the way things were going. And you like, well, I desire to have more. Now the tension, now the fights, now the arguments. And you're like, well, it doesn't cost money to do the things that I want to do. Because going for a walk doesn't require money. Window shopping doesn't require money. Although Taurus people, they don't like to window shop because you like to buy whatever you want. Even when you don't have enough, you figure out a way to get it. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, Taurus. There could be a Scorpio in your life because the number 11, the whip card represents a Scorpio. I know a lot of people like to hear the signs being called out. You could have Scorpio placements within your chart as well. We have the number 39, which is dice. Are you a gambler, Taurus? Because I feel like you're ready to take risk. But you're not taking risks when it comes to relationship because, like I said, I'm speaking to a Taurus who is loyal. But you may be feeling like you're loyal to a fault. And you may be ready to gamble with this relationship because you desire to do more. You want to explore uncharted territories. You want to explore places and things where you've never been before. You are ready to get out there and, let's just say, jump out of a helicopter, jump out of an airplane. You want to live dangerously. You want to have excitement. You want to take risk. You know, in a relationship, if I'm speaking to a Taurus that's in a relationship, you're like, either you're going to do this with me and we do it as a couple, or I'm going to get up and I'm going to have fun on my own. But now, on the flip side of it, your person sees this as a threat. Because with you wanting to be adventurous, wanting to get up and get out and do more, they take it as a threat, as if you want to go meet new people. You want to do the things that they don't like, when they don't even understand that we can come to a compromise on the type of activities that we can do together. You're going to be bold. You're going to use your voice. You're going to speak up and say how you feel. And you're going to mean it. You and your person have been getting into different quarrels. But that's only because you haven't been speaking up fully. And that's not like you. You've been holding back when it comes to the conversation between you and your person. Not saying what you truly feel. But you're going to be bold. And you're going to let it be known how you feel. And you're going to mean what you say, and you're going to say what you mean. The number 39, the dice card, is associated with a fire sign. So you're going to be using that energy. So if you and your person have been getting into quarrels, we know that fire signs, they love to argue, but you're ruled by the throat. They didn't know there comes a greater power over them, right, Taurus? You're the earth. You're grounded. See, fires, they know how to burn shit up. But even when they go and burn the world down with the way they argue, what still stands? The earth. They didn't know that there was a greater power. A lot of people don't know when it comes to arguments. You can't win when it comes to the Taurus. They are earth. They are grounded. And they know where to pick the pieces of what they want to use as far as conversations go. This earth sign is very grounded, but you may be dealing with a fire sign. But the number 39, the dice, is associated with fire. You want your life to be a little more unpredictable, Taurus. You want to have fun. I'm speaking to a Taurus that wants more. We have the number 13, which is child. We have the number 13, which is child. sometimes you look at your person and you feel like your person is a little naive. Then your person turns around and they look at you as being naive as well. Even though you're loyal, I'm speaking to a Taurus that all you can think about is your new beginning. With or without this person. True story. You could be a little older in age. Let's just say over 30 something. And the fun that you want to get out there and have, your person may think that you're a little immature. But people like to say things like that when they don't want to do the same things that you want to do. Taurus, you could be a little younger than your person as well. You could be a little younger than your person. Let's keep going. I see my little sister just joined me up here as well. I'm not going to tell you guys who she is, but she just joined as well. Hello. Don't respond back if you don't want them to know who you are. But I took a reversal. And I don't do a reversal if I'm not doing a personal reading. But today, I said, you know what? It came out in reverse, so I'm going to let it be in reverse. But we have a letter. There was someone who wanted to communicate with you. And it possibly could have been a Gemini or someone that has Gemini placements within their chart. But there's someone who wanted to communicate with you and they changed their mind. I have to go out on a limb and I have to be honest, you know, an ex. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear that because an ex is supposed to be an ex for a reason, right? But Taurus, someone thought about reaching out to you and they changed their mind because they know that you are involved in a relationship. And this person wants to respect that relationship. They don't want to mess anything up for you. But this person has been thinking about you. The number 27, although the card is in reversal, every number, as we all know, is an angel number. But the number 27 is all about living a purpose-driven life. So when you see this potent angel number that's going to appear, this number, although it's in reverse, is going to start appearing in your everyday life because your ascended masters are telling you to have faith and trust that you are on the right path. You are on the right path. So seeing angel number 27 may be a sign that you are about to come into contact with teachings or information that will allow you to access higher energy, opening your heart and your mind to new insights. Remember, the number 13 is new beginnings. Even though this card is in reverse, this is new beginnings as well, new insights. You know, this reading is a little bit difficult because, you know, let me tell you, my husband is always like, just deliver the message. It has nothing to do with you. You always get your feelings involved, right? Then I have my daughter, right? She's different. She's a Capricorn. So she'll deliver the message straight up, no chaser. You get what I'm saying? No ice, no soda, nothing, no chaser. Me, I have feelings. Even though we don't know each other, I have feelings. And I don't like to see people hurt, to be honest with you. Well, not unless I don't like you and we don't know each other. So I don't want to see anybody hurt. A new world you desire to have, Taurus. A new life with or without this person. You love this person. That's why it's hard for me to say this. Because you absolutely love this person. And what do we know about Taurus people? Most of you, 80% of you, are loyal. Absolutely loyal. That's why, with this being so heavy on your mind, not living the life that you truly desire, it's like you're wondering what you should be doing when it comes to your life. What was I supposed to be doing? Taurus people love to make money. Even if you were a millionaire, you still enjoy living a practical life. You're not going to take those millions and blow it. You're not going to take it and blow it. You're practical. You're like, okay, I'm going to buy this car, and this car is going to last me for the next 20 years. I'm going to drive it until the wheels fall off. That's how practical a Taurus is. Most of you are not showboaters, right? Because there are some Taurus people that have $1 million and they want you to see that they're a millionaire, so they'll go buy the big gaudy chains. Yes, I said that. They're big gaudy chains, right? They buy things that are flashy, and then when somebody ends up robbing you, you be like, well, why they rob me? Well, you showed them what you had. But then we have the Taurus that I'm speaking about right now, who is practical. You enjoy that simple life. You enjoy the beauties of a simple life. You enjoy your relationship. That's why it's difficult for me to say, because I can feel, I can see that someone is most definitely in love with their person. But I'm speaking to a Taurus who's also in love with their self. Tired of being bored. Want to explore the world around you. Want to go to new places and do different things. The number 8, we have a coffin. Listen, guys, I hope y'all could see this. But you see, oh my goodness. See that? I'm just going to say. I'm just saying. The other day I had the same orb showed up in one of my readings. But we have one showing up in this reading as well. But I'm not even going to focus on that because I'm not doing a personal reading. If I was, man, we would dive into it. But this week, this is the second time this week that has happened. But this is the number 8, which is coffin. And the number 8 is actually a very spiritual number. And it symbolizes a person with a positive mindset. A person that is strong mentally. And Taurus people are strong mentally. You're mentally strong. I promise you that. Because you're an earth sign. You're very grounded. Your angels are giving you a heads up about the abundance and career success. You do need to find balance between the spiritual and material aspects of your life in order to live as abundantly as possible. There's a Taurus that is thinking about life and what they should be doing because you feel like you can't be doing more. You feel like in the relationship that you're in, it's held you back some. that you're not living the life that you're supposed to be living. And I know this sounds so contradicting because on one hand, we have the Taurus who is very practical, very reserved, a Taurus that is most definitely loyal. We have the Taurus that doesn't like change. But I'm speaking to a Taurus that's a Taurus sun, a Taurus sun sign. And with you being that Taurus sun sign, you're trying to balance out your energies. Excuse me, my camera froze on my end. You're trying to balance out those energies because this hand is saying, I want to explore. I want to go on adventures. I want to do it with my person. But if my person doesn't want to do it with me, I'm okay with doing it alone. I'm just saying. I'm also speaking to a Taurus, right? Yet you and your person have had conversations about you being on social media too much as well. So if this hits home for you, then I'm talking to you. Because they feel like you're changing because of the things that you see on social media. But they don't know that there's a different energy to you. And that energy is a Taurus sun. And it's calling you to explore. Check your placements, right? Just do that. Grab your birth chart. If you know what time you were born, and really do a thorough search because this is a Taurus that's trying to balance his or herself out. You're trying to stay right here, but then you know that you want more. Wanting more, will that risk what I have? Or should I stay where I'm at and settle? I'm just saying. We have crossroads. My goodness. The number 22. I love the number 22. Let me tell you, it is the most powerful number in the universe, the number 22. I know, y'all. Let me tell you, you get hung up on 1111. 4444. I swear. Anytime somebody learns something new, I feel like I'm in high school, right? And then everybody, they may have their name, and their name is such and such, such a 1111. Right? Or such and such and such a 444. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Did you know that every number is a spiritual number? So don't get hooked on one number. Let me tell you, because there's more to life than those few numbers. But the number 22, if there's any number to get hooked on, this is the most powerful number of all numbers. Let me tell you that, because the number 22 symbolizes duality, as in any number that repeats itself, like 33 or 44, right? It represents adaptability. It represents insight, selflessness. It represents relationships. It also represents sensitivity and diplomacy. And you're trying to be fair, Taurus. So when receiving this number from your angels, it's a message that you need to trust yourself and your instincts. The number 22 is perceived as the most powerful and creative number of all numbers. This means you are able to overcome all kinds of obstacles, and you aren't easily knocked back by failure. However, Taurus, You also love to be seen as successful. So you may become frustrated if you struggle to achieve your aims. So let's discuss what the number 22 means when it comes to love. You are someone who is loyal. You are someone who stands by his or her partner's side when needed. You are someone who does not have unrealistic or imaginary thoughts about love. You do care about your partner and your close loved ones around you, but you're putting you first. I'm speaking to a Taurus because the energy that I'm getting, you don't show up truly as who you are. You hold back on you being creative. I'm speaking to someone who doesn't even allow their partner to see how strong they are mentally. Taurus is the bull. We're all born under the placements of who we truly are. You are the bull. You are grounded. That means you are loyal, you're stable, you do longevity. But then there's always an animal, and I'm going to explain it to you the best way that I know how, because I grew up on farms in North Carolina, and each one of my family members had different types of farms because we shared food, meaning that if my aunt had cows and bulls, my grandfather, he had pigs, he had hogs, right? So, and then this one down the road may have had chickens. And being that our families were all large, we shared food. That's what we did. So I have to explain it to you like this. The bull. Usually a person only has one bull, because bulls fight each other. They'll hurt each other when another animal, when a cow goes into heat. And they'll fight to the death because it could only be that one that's the leader. You are a leader. Many signs say that they are the leader, but you are a leader in your own right. But there's something that you have been doing, and I have to even question myself. Why are you holding back? Why are you not showing up as your true self? You're smart, but you're not even showing that. You're creative. You're only showing that just a little bit. You won't stand in the front. I'm speaking to someone who allows their partner to think that they are the king when really you're the king, male or female. I can't even call you an emperor or an empress because you won't even show who you are. See, emperors and empresses, they like to stand front and center, but you're not standing front and center. And as I'm seeing this, I don't know why you're holding back, because this is the sign of Taurus that I don't understand myself. And I mean no disrespect. Okay? I'm trying to figure that out, why you're not showing up as yourself. It's like you're so creative. You probably could sing too, but you don't even sing in your full strength. It's like something put your lights out. And you want to appear as weak when you're not. And I'm trying to make sense of this and I can't. And the only way that I know how to is when I was in high school. My high school started in the 8th grade. So, that's bad, right? But where I come from, my high school started in the 8th grade. We had the 8th graders, the ninth graders, the 10th, 11th, and 12th, all in one school. But we had separate hallways. And when I was in school, we had groups of kids. We had the ones that we called the nerds. We had the rock and rollers. We had the cheerleaders. We had the football players. And even the football players didn't hang with the basketball players, but everything was grouped. We had the cool kids. Let me tell you, we had the cool kids. And one of my homegirls at the time, that she and I, we used to be thick as thieves, right? She was dumb as a bat, and I ain't even know. Middle school, we was in the same class, but she would always copy somebody's homework. But I always thought she was copying somebody's homework because, everybody's life is not the same at home. But when we got to high school, she was in one of my classes. And then one day I walked down the hall and I saw her in this other class and I backed up. I'm like, hey, what you doing in there? She was like, go ahead and go. And I'm like, no, what you doing in there? Because that was the slow class. But this was a popular girl. Pretty as heck. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what my crazy self did. 8th grade year, she came to me, 4th marking period. She was like, yo, T, I'm going to stay back. I said, for real? Why you staying back? She was like, I ain't passed none of my classes. I was like, are you serious? I was like, fuck that. I'm staying back with you. Yes, I did that. I did that. That's crazy as heck, right? Because I thought she was my homegirl. I thought we was close like that, like sisters. And I stopped doing my work in school. I didn't want people to know how smart I was because my homegirl was slow. So I was like, fuck that, I'm going to be slow with her. That's dumb. But guess what? I did that. So I'm trying to make light of the situation. That's the only way that I can describe what I'm feeling with you, Taurus, because you're holding back. It's like you're not letting people know who you are, how talented you are, how creative you are, how strong you are. It's like you're not showing up as yourself. And I don't understand. I'm trying to make sense of it. And the only way that I can make sense of it is when I go back in my head when I was in high school and this girl stayed back. And I was that crazy to stay back with her. For real. True story. And guess what my mother did? When I went to stay back with her, my mother said, you not staying back. You not living in my house an extra year. My mother got tutors from my high school to come to the house over the summer to tutor me. I was like, what the heck? Like, Ma, what you doing? She did that. Yes, over the summer. So while my friends was hanging out, I had, let me just say, my teacher coming to the house to make sure that I got enough credits to go to the next grade. But I was doing it for my homegirl. My mother said, And my mother, I'm telling you, this is what my mother said. She said, I don't want you in my house an extra year. When you graduate, you're going to have to go. She was like, because I pay the cost to be the boss. She was like, either you go to college, you go to the military, but you getting out of my house, right? So that summer, I had teachers, too, that came to my house, tutored me, and the Board of Education accepted my grades to give me my credits. My mom had that kind of power, let me tell you. And I was like, what the fuck? So I didn't even get to play that summer. I didn't get to hang out. I didn't get to do none of that. And do you know this girl? I don't even speak to her. And when I look at her, I be wanting to say, you stupid bitch. Like, I don't even mess with her. I don't. But this was my homegirl. But there's a Taurus that I'm speaking to. You're at a crossroads. And I'm speaking to a Taurus that's a Taurus sun. And you're different than the other Tauruses because this Taurus over here, all of them, like 90% of them, they're grounded, they're loyal, they work hard, and they show who they are. They're comfortable staying where they at. They don't like change. But then here you go. That Taurus sun has you all over the place because you're confused. That's why we at a crossroads. Because you are loyal. You are grounded. You are practical. But you want more. You want to do more. You want to go to places that you've never been before. You want to experience things that you've never experienced. And you want to do it with your partner. But damn it, you're okay with doing it alone. And you're fighting with yourself. And you're not even showing up, showing how smart you are. It's like you're in a relationship that you put yourself in the back seat for some reason. And I don't even know why you put yourself in the back seat because you don't belong there. You need to be riding shotgun or driving the car your damn self. I'm just saying. I don't know why you're doing this. I really don't. I really don't. I'm so confused. But I'm going to keep going. And we're going to make this make sense. We have a ship. This is the number 3. We have a ship here. Uh-oh. When that ship comes out, once again, we got to talk about the same things that I was just talking about. You're restless. You want to travel. You want to explore. You want to go long distance. You want to go across country. And your person like, go ahead, you go by yourself. And you like, fuck that. I may take you up on that offer. But you're even thinking about relocating. With or without your person. That's the crazy thing. Because I see how much you love your person. But you're tired of sitting in the back seat. And this number 3 is all about creation, manifestation, and also abundance. And those are the things that are promised to you, as we saw up here. Angel number 3 is also known as the number of harmony. And Taurus people are fertility. They are earth sign. That means that they can have whatever they desire. So you better start using your powers correctly, because in the tarot deck, the number 3 is represented as the Empress. And you heard me earlier. I said, I can't even call you the Empress because you're acting like a queen or you're acting like a king. And your role is to be the emperor or the empress, but you're not taking your throne for some reason. And I'm not understanding that, because the empress signifies creativity. The empress signifies growth and abundance and also being happy. I'm speaking to a Taurus who's not happy on the inside, but you are fertility. And you are the earth goddess. So what are you going to do about it? What are you going to create, bring to life? What are you going to manifest? The number 3 embodies the concept of wholeness. And you don't even feel whole, because wholeness is completion. Wholeness is new beginnings. Wholeness means beginning, middle, and end. It also represents the family, as in mother, father, and child. And in many cultures, it represents the cycle of life, as in birth, life, death, or life, death, and birth, rebirth, or even past, present, and future. So where do you want to be? Because I know you're tired of sitting in the back seat. I really don't understand why I keep seeing you in the back seat. And you put yourself in the back seat. That's why I'm so confused. Do you know my husband is sitting right in front of me? You guys can't see him. Babe, can you say something? Just say hello.
Hello.
All right, now, when we're about to go somewhere, a long time ago, I used to try to open the back door and get in the back seat. And he'd be like, where the fuck you going? Why are you getting in the back seat? I don't care if we just had an argument. I'm ready to get in the back seat. And he'd be like, get your ass in this front seat. So I just need to say to you, Taurus, get your ass in the front seat. Because this reading doesn't make sense to me on why you're holding back. Why you keep sitting in the back seat and you put yourself there. And if we get into an argument, he'd be like, nah, you speaking. You are ruled by the throat. You better speak. Because you've been speaking, but you haven't been speaking. You haven't said all you needed to say. You've been holding back. I'm seeing career here as well. Searching for a new avenue. But the way that you're thinking about a new avenue, you don't like change much, but you want something that you can lead in. And as I was meditating over this reading, I saw possibly real estate agent. I saw getting into real estate because it keeps you in a path of you being your own boss, of you being your own leader. You may be thinking something different, but I saw that. I see the number 3, the ship. There's going to be some movement in your life. Even though you're at a crossroads, I still see movement. The problem is we have the number 7, which is a snake. What do snakes do? They slither. You know, Pisces, they slither too, but they slither in a different way. You know, they come from the ocean. And they slither to get themselves out of harm's way. But this snake is different. This is an enemy. We have an enemy around you. Although you do have a community full of friends and family. You have a community full of friends and family. That was the first card that we have out. We have a loving community. But in that community of friends and family, let me explain something to you. There's a snake amongst them. somebody that's very deceitful. And I think you know this already. There's some jealousy in your life. There's someone here who's envious of your relationship. You know, I have to go out on a limb because you have this sense of, is my person cheating? And it's kind of hard for you to admit this to yourself, but it's like you're trying to keep it on the back burner. But the number 7 represents fullness in life. The number 7 represents perfection. You want to be seen as the perfect couple, the perfect life. The number 7 is a number of intuition. What does your intuition tell you? The number 7 is mysticism and spiritual enlightenment, inner wisdom. Once again, the number 7 is strength, and that's who you are. That's who you are. Your guardian angels are letting you know you are on the right path, as hard as it may seem, but you are on the right path. You will overcome many obstacles, all obstacles, any obstacle. Your angels are happy with your choices. So continue on your path and you will be rewarded. Just number 7, you have an enemy amongst you. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Because this person is very jealous of you. And I can't help but to see that it's a friend. And that's why I don't use these words. I don't have a friend. I learned my lesson with that in high school. I promise you that. I learned my lesson with that in high school. When I engage with someone and they be like, yo, we friends. I'm like, you give me your liver, you give me your kidney, because that's my friend. If I needed something, would you save me? If your answer is no, we're not friends. We are associates. Ever since my children were little, I had to teach them the meaning of friendships. I had to teach them the meaning of family. Because all blood isn't good. I had to teach my children about life. But there's a person around you that's very envious of you, and it is a friend, a close friend. Very close friend. But you know who this person is. We have the number 36, which is cross. You know, you have a lot of burdens. Things are heavy around you. There's a lot of regret as well. But you're holding on to your faith. And that's needed all the time, is to be able to hold on to your faith even when times seem hard. I always tell people, I don't care what your religious beliefs are. I don't care who you pray to is none of my business. But you're holding on to your faith. And when you hold on that tightly, that's why your spiritual teams want you to continue on your path. That's why they're telling you that they understand that you're at a crossroads, but you are going to make the right decision for you. You're not going to be knocked back by failure, because you can't fail. There's no win or lose here. We have the bonus card, which is Lilith. Do y'all know the story of Lilith? Lilith had a very sad story. But I'm not going to go into that because I'm trying to make my reading less than an hour. But I think I went over an hour already. Shucks. I'm trying, y'all. But Lilith is sensual. Very sensual. Lilith is also powerful. Oh, Lilith will destroy anything and anyone in her path that tries to hurt her. Yes, Lilith. People look at her as sexual. And she is. But in her own right. Hey, Moo. Come here real quick. I'm calling my daughter in the room because she tells the story of Lilith a little better than I do. Come quickly because I don't want to be online too much longer. But can you share a little bit about the story of Lilith real quick? Come over here. My daughter speaks very low. And I'm not going to lie, she sounds like she's related to the Jackson family, right? She hates when I say that, but she talks really low. So I'm asking her to stand on this side so she can speak about...
1 second.
Okay. Wait, just give her 1 second. But I love when she tells the story of Lilith because her heart bleeds for Lilith, right? And she's not compassionate about a lot of people, but she is very compassionate about Lilith. So this is big for her to even share. But hurry, babe. I want to hurry up. But you're ready to be independent. Let me just say that. And you're going to start keeping things a little quiet. You're going to become a mystery to many. People are not going to know what you're thinking, what you're about to do, what you're planning, because you're tired of sitting in the back seat. But you're going to come this way, because you'll be in my camera if you come this way.
Can you just read it?
No, just come over here. Just tell the way rock Lila. If you come rock her, just come over this way so they can hear you. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. We go for ice cream tomorrow.
I don't want ice cream.
She said she don't want ice cream. That's her greedy mama. But go ahead, babe.
So basically it's more...
Wait, can you hear her? Can somebody let me know if they can hear her, yes or no? All right, move up a little bit. Okay, they said they can hear you. Okay.
So basically, it's more so in the Jewish community.
Somebody sent a microphone to you. But yeah, I never saw the microphone before. That was beautiful. But go ahead.
So basically, Lilith is more so in the Jewish community. She was before Eve. She did not want to submit to Adam. She didn't want to be below him. More so, she would rather be his equal, but that's not what she was created for. So she went her own route and, what is the word I'm looking for? Disobeyed. God, and she went and what was it? It was with the children. She
So basically, wait a minute, I'm going to let her finish. I'm not sure if you can hear her or not, but like she said, Lilith is more so predominantly with the Jewish communities. And Lilith was created before Eve, as in the story of Adam and Eve, as you hear in the Bible. And so Lilith did not want to be Eve. She didn't want to be under anyone. She wanted to be equal to. So we have Lilith as the bonus card. And
oh harm children. That's what it was. But she's to be the queen of demons.
yeah, they made her to become the queen of demons. And that wasn't fair just because she didn't want to bow down to anyone. And so that's the story of Lilith. But look Lilith up, because this card is telling you to show up as Lilith. Because you're a leader. And I have to ask, why are you sitting in the back seat? Why are you not being yourself? And I'm glad we got this bonus card, because this card is telling you to, my daughter ran up out of here, excuse her. But she, Lilith is very powerful. Lilith stood up to God and said, no, I will not be Eve. So she was shunned for that. You are being like Eve. And you're taking the back seat. Lilith refused to take the back seat. Lilith wanted to drive, or she would sit on the passenger side. But Lilith is very powerful, very sexual. A lot of people say Lilith is wild. Anytime someone can't control you, what do they say? You crazy. You're wild. You're untamed. They have so many names for you besides calling you what your name is. But Lilith is passionate about everything that she does. She's very passionate. But more importantly, Lilith is independent. You're thinking about if you should be independent or not. At the bottom of the deck, we have the number 10 with his scythe. The number 10 is sudden. And we know Taurus people don't like sudden changes, right? But the number 10 is sudden. It's quick. It's fast. And you're clearing shit out. You're clearing things out that don't serve you, that don't belong in your realm. So you may be going through a separation, thinking about it. You may be thinking about a breakup. Even if you're not, you're sending out a warning. You're preparing people, because you're letting them know that I'm going to sit in the front seat. Sometimes we send out warnings. I do. I'm so gentle. I send out warnings before I abrupt. You know how you be like, leave me alone. Don't play with me. You're gentle with it. You're being gentle, but you're sending out warnings, because you're like, don't play with me. You're sending out warnings before you explode. But Spirit is asking you not to explode. But your cutoff game for this friend, for these people, for this situation, it's going to be vicious. I'm getting, let me read that. I'm getting rid of the snakes in my garden. Cut their heads off. Let me tell you, in my family, anytime we dream about snakes, those are enemies. So if we dream about a snake, that means that there's an enemy around us. In our dream, we must control the narrative in the dream. and we must take the head off. If you don't take the head off the snake in the dream, that means your enemy is still going to try to attack. But if you remove the head from the snake in your dream and separate the two, then you have conquered your enemy. They're going to leave you alone. That's my family. In real life, if we have a snake in the yard, we're taking the head off the snake and we're separating it. Now, some of y'all might think it's an old wise tale, and some of you may have never even seen it before. However, the reason why we separate the head from the body, because if the sun is up when you kill a snake, until the sun goes down, the snake is still going to move. The snake body is actually looking for the head to reattach itself. When the sun goes down is when the snake crosses over. So it's very important to take the head off and separate the two. I have a video. Of that was a snake in my yard, and we took the head off, and you saw the nerves from the snake still chomping away, still wanting to bite. But you have to remove the two. Now, I know y'all may say, that's a wise tale. Baby, my family from the South. I've seen things that you are glad you have never seen. Listen, my family, I come from a whole family full of root workers, and I'm 52 years old. I just started sleeping in the dark at 40-something, okay? I just started turning the lights out. True story. My electric bill was higher than any other bill in the house. I had a nightlight for every room. Doesn't matter if I'm a psychic. It doesn't matter if I'm a medium. I seen some shit that I should be in a mental hospital for. Let me tell you. But when you start cutting people off, make sure you take their heads off. Make sure that they can't come back. You don't want them to reattach themselves to you, because people will reattach themselves to you to destroy you, to hurt. People pretend that they want to make up, and that's not the truth. But this card is represented by Libra. And Libra is good at sudden removals and cleaning house and clearing obstacles away from them. Their cutoff game is strong. Cancer's cutoff game is strong too. Ooh, it could be forever. But the signs that are here on this board are Scorpios. Twice. We have fire signs here. We have a Gemini here as well. We have Leo that showed up. We have Libra twice in this reading. We have Aries, right? We have Scorpio again. And we have Scorpio again for Lilith. But look at the story of Lilith. People write it in so many different ways. But make sure when you look it up, you're looking for the truth of Lilith. People make her to be a demon, and she's not. I like her. I do. I like Lilith a lot. Yes, I do. But you're powerful. You are powerful in your own right. You are Earth. There's one thing about you that's different than from all the Tauruses. 90+%, they go this route. 90+% of them go the same route. The problem is you have Taurus as your sun, and you want more. Usually Taurus people, they don't want change, but you do. A lot of Taurus people don't like sudden and quick changes, but you do. You want adventures. You want to explore places that you've never seen. You want to get out and have fun. And you will. You want to get out and explore. You want to have fun. You want to live. But I'm going to close off the deck. And I usually close it off with my Soul's Truth deck. But I'm not doing that tonight. I'm going to do my spiritual news. Because you ended with Lilith. And I like her. A lot. I bet you a lot of you didn't even know she was before Eve. That's why I said I'm not a religious person at all. But, shit, I like to be on top. So, I can definitely rock with Lilith. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Spirit guides, what message do you have for Taurus to close off this reading? How can I close off this reading for Taurus? What do you need to say to them? What's needed? Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the new follows. Thank you for your time. I'm trying to hurry. We almost pushing 2 hours up here, right? And I said I was going to try to shorten it up. Oh, my goodness. You see that? Let's do this. All right. We have 5 cards. We have breaking news. Focus on the now. We often forget to live in the present because we are too busy dwelling on the past and worrying about the future. Spirit says to remain in the present moment at all times. You're at a crossroads. You're thinking about your past, which I always let everyone know we can't change anything from the past. So you got to let go. We worry about the future. What is the future going to be? And we are never present in the present moment. Spirit wants you to get grounded. You are an earth element. Get grounded and be in the present. Being in the present is not you sitting in the back seat. Being present is you getting back in the front seat, whether you want to be the driver or whether you want to be the passenger side. See, there's this thing about you, Taurus. You are a leader. And you're very good and you have this power of persuasion. People may not view things the way that you do, but you speak about it so eloquently that whatever you say sounds convincing. It's time for you to sit back in the driver's seat because you've been in the back seat too long. And the one thing about Taurus, they don't mind allowing the person to sit in the front seat with them. They don't mind collaborating, but they still want to be the leader. And it's time for you to lead. We have breaking news. Focusing on the negative will never bring you positive results. Train your mind to focus on the positive and the things that you want, not the things that you don't want. Oh, I hope you're not doing that. Never think about the things that you don't want. How to use your energy, how to use your power is that you focus on what you want, on what you desire. Because what you want wants you. What you desire to have wants to come to you as well. See, in the reading before I put the cards up, I spoke about you having faith. And that's one thing that hasn't wavered, that you've been holding on to your faith even during these circumstances. And with you having faith, that's powerful in itself. Focus on the positive and not the negative. It's like with your enemy, because a person that's jealous of you is most definitely your enemy. I don't know what that word means. I've never been jealous of anyone in my life. I think it's dumb because we are all uniquely made. No one should be jealous of the next. I'm that chick that when I walk in the store, if a chick look nice, I'm like, yo, I like your outfit, I like your shoes. Vice versa with a male. Yo, I like your outfit, I like your shoes. Jealous people will stand there and look and be like, ew, knowing you like it. That's not me. And that's not you. But there's someone around you who is like that. They're jealous of you. Don't focus on the negative aspect of these people around you. Focus on the positive and that you're clearing these bitches out the way. Because it's time for you to take your throne back. This just in. There are some major blockages in your life that Spirit wants to assist you with ridding. Spirit says, call upon them and have faith in them to help you with whatever blockages you may be facing at this time. Call on Spirit to help you get rid of these people. You know what I love about the spiritual world? And most of you who follow me know that, I come from a long line of root workers. And the beauty of doing root work, you don't go to jail. You don't get in trouble. Your hands are always clean. But you call on certain people to do a thing for you. I always call upon my ancestors. And I promise you, anytime somebody think they doing me dirty, something always happens to them. My sister's up there. She can attest to that, but I don't want her to because I don't want people like hitting her up. Listen, when you a good person and people do you dirty, my team is always on go. Always on go. When something happens to people and someone says something, everybody look at me. I'm like, that ain't me. That's my people. Those are my ancestors. You have some people that's waiting to assist you. Don't get yourself in no trouble. Don't argue with nobody. Don't fuss with anybody. Don't fight with anybody. Because these blockages are your circumstances and the people around you. Just ask the universe to clear them out. Because we saw with Lilith, you're about to cut the heads off those snakes. But keep your hands clean. Breaking news. Spirit says the gift of fertility is upon you. Taurus is fertility, okay? If no one knew that, let me tell you, you are fertility. It's not about you having a baby. For some people it could be, but fertility is abundance. Fertility means that you can create, you can birth anything into existence. So when I tell you to use your power, do that. Spirit says the gift of fertility is upon you. Whatever you are wanting to or trying to birth in your reality, Spirit is here to tell you that the time to do it is now. You want to read it yourself? And what does Taurus mean? Fertility. Creative. A leader. Stubborn as hell. This is your gift. Use it. We were all born with a special gift. Hone into that energy and use it. Use it. Breaking news. Spirit says, whatever it is, let it go. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be free of worry. You deserve peace of mind. You deserve all things that serves your highest good. You do. Because the problem is you've been loyal to these snakes. At the bottom of the deck, breaking news. You recently experienced a tower moment in your life. Spirit had come to warn you that whatever is not built on solid ground will surely come crashing down, crumbling down all around you. But don't worry. Spirit says, for this is now the time to start again and build a more stable foundation. You could build it with the same person if you choose to, because you're loyal. Or you can move on. But either way, there's no lose. Because you have the gift of fertility. That means you can have whatever it is that you desire. When people meditate to manifest an outcome, the reason why a lot of people's meditations don't come to fruition is because they don't have the faith behind it. You do. Hold on to it and use it as you use your fertility to birth, to create what it is that you want for yourself. I thank you all for your time. I really do. I thank you for your gifts. More importantly, I thank you for the new follows. But those of you who had just started following me, follow me on my YouTube platform. I do lives over there, and the videos that I do here, I post them over there, and the lives that I do over there, they stay over there. The lives that I do over there, I'm able to interact better. I'm able to interact a little better because the camera situations are a little different, so I'm able to see a lot clearer that way. But I'm getting up. I'm about to go and eat, and some of you could say ew. I'm about to go eat some liver. I love liver, right? My daughter made me some liver last night. I'm the only one in the house that eats liver, right? And I know, go ahead and say it. You health conscious people, you're not supposed to eat livers, but it's the calf liver, it's the baby, right? Before it gets any of those toxins. I do not eat adult liver at all, right? But I am a meat eater. Forget that. I grew up on farms, I just told you, right? Where they would slaughter right there in the yard. Some of it we cured in the barn, let it dry out. And some of it we ate right away. But that's how we ate. But I'm about to eat some liver with gravy, smothered in onions, with a little bit of mushrooms in it, with some rice, some string beans. I'm about to eat. But I thank you for your time. I thank you for your time. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. I send to you nothing but love and light. Good night.